A young man is seen playing an RPG game in his room. He keeps complaining about it as it seems he is being forced to play by his sister. His sister has mandated him to get to the end of the game before he stops because she wants to hear the game completion audio but doesn't want to be bothered by the gameplay. The young man has no choice because his sister has something on him. While playing, he realizes that women have a lot of influence in the game, which is called Otami's World. In this game, you can do anything you like, but it is more about trying to get a suitable date. The young man sees a lady named Olivia as the protagonist. After days of intense gaming, he finally completes the game. However, he has been so engrossed that he hasn't eaten for days. He stands up to go to the convenience store, but is very weak. As he tries walking down the stairs, he falls and passes out. He opens his eyes and finds himself in a younger body. The scenery looks familiar, but he has no idea where he is. Just then, his father arrives to scold him for running away again because they are expecting a noble lady named Zola. His father's name is Balkis, and he is the head of the Bartfort family. Bartfort is married to Lady Zola. She is an older woman, but Balkis has no choice but to marry her if he is to maintain his status as a baron. He is poor, but Zola provides everything, and she dictates how things are done. The young man soon finds out that he and his brother will be sleeping in the sheds because Zola doesn't like them. They're not her kids, so she gets to treat them as she likes, and their father cannot say anything about it. His brother says he needs to attend the academy to find a suitable date. With what his brother just said and the influence he has seen women have, the young man realizes he has been reincarnated into the Otami game. His name is Leon Faux Bartfort. Playing the game in real life, he knew there was no family like the Bartfort family. In other words, he is a background character. He has plenty of game knowledge and plans to use it to his advantage. 10 years later, he has grown into a young man and has been carrying out his duties diligently. One day, Leon's life takes a turn when Zola arrives to inform him that she has planned a marriage for him. She wants him to marry a 50-year-old woman to whom she owes a great deal. Leon complains that he wants to attend the academy and find a suitable partner, but Zola says the academy fees are expensive. He is a third son, and she is not ready to waste money on him. If Leon refuses, Zola can easily send him to the military to become a soldier, where he will surely die in battle. Leon then decides to come up with an idea. He asks if he can go to the academy if he has his own money, and Zola agrees. Leon then begs his father to lend him their wooden airship. He remembers acquiring a modern military airship when he was playing the game and plans to do the same again. He still remembers the location of the facility and begins his journey there. He goes through a transporter that destroys his wooden airship, but he makes it to the facility successfully. He has some weapons with him. Upon entering, he comes across a robot guard, which he easily takes care of. He sees some dead scientists and takes their badges for easy access to the facility. He soon comes face to face with another robot that looks tougher. The robot is being controlled by AI in the facility. The artificial intelligence points out that Leon is a new breed of human, indicating that the old civilization was destroyed when faced with new humans who possessed magic. Old humans do not possess magic, but the new breed does. The AI says its task is to eliminate the new breeds of humans. The robot almost had Leon, but he managed to defeat it. He is fatally injured but takes control of the facility and AI before passing out. The intelligence's name is Luxion in the game, and Leon decides to call him that too. Leon is taken to sick bay for treatment, and 3 months later, Zola is very confident that Leon is dead, grinning. Balkis is worried about his son, but there is nothing he can do. Just then, Leon arrives in the airship, and Luxion accompanies him too. Luxion has programmed itself into some device that can follow Leon around. Leon returns with plenty of loot and valuable items, shocking and disappointing Zola. With this, Leon is able to pay for his fees to the academy and resume school as planned. Later, Leon finds an island where he starts building tourist attractions, and shortly afterward, he is given the rank of Baron because he cleared dungeons and defeated nasty monsters. He is now left to find a wife of high rank. He can only do that at the academy. Leon gets to the academy and realizes that most of the settings are just like the game. There's a prince very popular among the students. Both girls and boys flock around him. And there's also a duke's daughter, Angelica. Leon says Angelica is the antagonist in the game. Leon behaves as a commoner, not like the nobles. Walking through the school when he sees a girl named Marie slap the prince named Julius. The dialogue between the duo sounds familiar to Leon. The scene looks like an event from the game. Leon knows the girl but doesn't know where. However, he's sure she is not the protagonist in the story. Leon has also tasked Luxion with the surveillance of the academy. He's to check around and report anything unusual to his master. Leon reads a book on how to prepare for a tea party. He later finds out that the prince is also holding a tea party of his own. He didn't even invite Angelica, and she's his fiancée. The prince believes that they are at the academy, and he can do whatever he wants. Instead of inviting his fiancée, the prince invites Marie to the party. The prince makes sure to shield Marie from any insults she might receive because of his decision. In class, Leon is invited to the front to explain to the class how a tea party should be carried out properly. Later, Leon rents space for his tea party. It doesn't take long before some girls arrive to enjoy the party with Leon. They eat the snacks provided, drink the tea, and leave without spending time with Leon. Leon steps outside to see the girls bullying another girl, Olivia. Leon recognizes her as the protagonist in the game and is reluctant to interfere. However, he can't just sit back. He approaches her and invites her for drinks and snacks. While she is eating, Olivia reveals she wants to study magic more but isn't comfortable in the academy. Leon knows someone who can help with that. He takes Olivia to his sister Jenna to ask for advice. Jenna tells Olivia to try and get close to the popular girl in her class. She can give her a gift to get close to her. Olivia has no money, and Leon volunteers to foot the bill. Olivia says she will pay him back later. Later, Olivia finds Angelica to get her blessing. Angelica gives her blessing because she prefers her to Marie, who has been following her fiancé around. Soon, the students gather for their exploration lesson. They are to venture into the dungeon and collect the crystals there. Leon figures out that the noble students plan to make him do all the work while they remain safe. The adventure begins, and Olivia sticks with Leon, while Marie sticks with the prince again, leaving Angelica out. Leon and Olivia find a crystal, and Olivia excavates it. She plans to sell the crystal and repay Leon. They continue deeper into the cave and find a room filled with crystals. However, there are monsters in the room. Olivia suggests they get help from the others, but Leon says he's capable of wiping out the monsters. Leon engages the monsters and easily defeats them. Suddenly, another batch of monsters arrives and goes after Olivia, but Leon gets in the way. He is injured in the process. The prince and the rest of the students show up when all hope seems lost. The prince and his friend eliminate the monsters. The prince gets scratched in the process, and Marie uses healing magic to heal the prince's injury. The prince holds Marie's hand and leaves the cave while Angelica stands there looking at them. After they are gone, Olivia shows what she can do too. She holds Leon's arm and heals his wound. She says magic is the only thing she is good at, and she is at the academy because a scholar discovered her talent. In the next scene, Prince Julius calls Angelica to his chambers. Some of Marie's belongings were burned, and the culprits say Angelica sent them to carry out the task. Julius tells Angelica to stay away from him and Marie. He reiterates that his engagement with Angelica is outside the school, and she shouldn't disturb him in the academy. Later, Leon finds Angelica in the library and asks if she has spoken to Marie before. She reveals she's only spoken to Marie once, and when she did, Marie said she hates girls like her. They walk through the library and catch Marie and Julius locking lips. Marie has an exciting internal monologue, loving the way the prince is acting around her. She hasn't even finished when Julius offers to hire a servant for her, even though Angelica doesn't have a servant. When Angelica hears of this, she gets furious, but there's nothing she can do. Later on, Jenna visits Leon in his room and warns him not to interfere in Julius and Angelica's dispute. Julius will become king, and being on his bad side might spell trouble. Leon promises not to interfere, and after her departure, Luxion gives Leon a report about Marie. Leon is positive Marie is hiding something. It's gala night, and the students are in attendance. Leon and his friends Daniel and Raymond try looking for girlfriends, but are rejected. Leon is informed of trouble. He finds Angelica challenging Julius about Marie. Angelica saw Marie holding hands with someone else who isn't Julius. The person is one of Julius's friends. Julius and all his friends are in love with Marie and are ready to protect her. Julius reveals he plans to marry Marie after leaving the academy, indirectly calling off his engagement with Angelica. Angelica gets angry and challenges Marie to a duel. Surprisingly, Julius and all his friends step out as Marie's champions. Angelica is left hanging, not knowing what to do. Leon steps forward as Angelica's champion. He knows Marie is reincarnated like him, explaining her behavior. The stakes are presented. If Leon wins, Marie stays away from the prince. If the prince and friends win, Angelica stays away from their relationship. Leon will battle them one by one. The duel is to be an armored battle. After settling everything, Marie gets to her room and rages about Leon disrupting her plans. Students bet on the duel. Leon is red, while Julius is also red. 99% of the students believe Julius will win. Leon's room has been vandalized, but he doesn't care. Angelica later finds Leon and tells him he can still call off the challenge. She doesn't want him to risk his life for her. Leon refuses, having his own reasons for the challenge. Angelica has been stripped of her power for challenging the prince. Luxion stays out of sight, and no one knows of his existence. Soon, participants show up at the arena. Julius and friends present their shining armor. Everyone laughs at Leon's choice of outdated armor, naming it Aragon's. The first opponent is Brad. Spectators and Brad are confident Leon will lose. Leon summons his sword, but a shovel appears. He remembers that he used a shovel the last time he took the armor on a test flight, and Luxion intentionally decided not to put the sword back in. Luxion is always ready to deal with Leon at every chance he gets. Leon doesn't care and remains confident that the shovel is more than capable of defeating his opponents. The match begins, and Brad comes at Leon very hard, but Leon easily dodges his attack and deals a blow that knocks him out cold. Leon wins the first battle, and everyone is surprised. The next person to take the stage is Greg. Luxion analyzes Greg's armor and deduces that he has a wealth of combat experience. Greg attacks Leon with his sword and keeps going, but his attacks are futile against Leon's armor. Leon knocks Greg to the ground and tears off his armor, and Leon is declared the winner. Chris is the next person to face Leon. He is a master at concealing his emotions and is considered a cold warrior. The match begins, and Chris is surprised when Leon deploys drones to attack. The drone attacks are enough to disable Chris's armor, and Leon easily breaks his sword. Leon wins yet again, and everybody is surprised that things are not going the way they want them to. The participants then go for a break. Leon leaves the bathroom and meets Angelica on his way out. Angelica says Jenna approached her when Leon was in the bathroom. She wants Leon to forfeit the next match against Jilk because she does not want Leon to fight the prince, which might mean the end of Leon's career. After his discussion with Angelica, Leon leaves, and Luxion informs him that Jenna has rigged his armor with explosives. This was a request from Jilk. Jenna is embarrassed and doesn't want her sister to continue with the battle. This is the reason she has agreed to do what Jilk wants. Moments later, Leon returns to the arena, and his match with Jilk is about to begin. Jilk creates a smoke screen around Leon's armor and shoots explosives at him. The smoke clears, and Jilk is surprised to see that Leon's armor is not damaged at all. He then activates the explosives he had Jenna plant on the armor, but Aragon remains unscathed. Leon goes after Jilk, and Jilk can't defend himself very well again because he is still in shock. Jilk threatens to deal with Leon's family if he proceeds to fight the prince, but he is surprised to learn that Leon's armor has recording capabilities, too. Leon just recorded everything he said in case he needs evidence. School is supposed to be honorable, and Jilk is already dishonoring it. Leon hits Jilk angrily, and he falls to the ground. Now that Jilk is defeated, the prince is the next and last person that Leon has to face. The prince is confident that he will win because his armor is made from the finest metals and elements in the kingdom. Julius puts on his armor and steps into the arena. The spectators start cheering the moment they see Julius. Before their match begins, Leon asks Julius what he thinks of Olivia. Julius says he doesn't know Olivia, so he has no opinion about her. The battle begins, and all the spectators start cheering for the prince. They really want Leon to lose the match. This is the more reason Leon has decided not to lose. He likes seeing people come down with disappointment. Julius doesn't hold back as he attacks Leon during the battle. Leon tries to have a conversation with the prince, telling him that Angelica loves him and Marie is only deceiving him. Julius cuts in and says he doesn't love Angelica. He reveals that Marie is the only girl who sees him for who he is. Angelica and everyone else just see him as a prince and don't even know the things he likes and despises. Just then, Olivia stands up to tell Julius how Angelica has been feeling throughout the battle. She reveals that Angelica has been in pain because she loves the prince so much. Even with everything Olivia says, Julius is not ready to back down on his words. He is truly in love with Marie. Leon then starts making fun of him, telling Julius to beg him, and he might consider letting Julius win the battle. Julius doesn't care and goes after Leon again. Julius tries telling Leon that he might lose his title and position as the crown prince if he breaks up his engagement with him. But Leon says he is ready to lose his nobility for Marie. Leon hears this and decides not to hold back again. Luxion makes a complete analysis of Julius's armor and the perfect attack that will incapacitate him but won't kill him. He launches an impact attack that breaks Julius's armor and knocks him out. Leon is declared the winner of the duel, and the audience goes mad again. They are very pissed that Leon has finally won the battle. After the battle, Angelica goes to Julius's room to see him. The duo has a heart-to-heart conversation, and Angelica finally accepts that the prince no longer loves her. She wishes the prince good luck and leaves the room. After this, Angelica's father informs Leon that his daughter's engagement with the prince has been broken off. Leon then begs Angelica's father to put in a word for him at the palace so his family will not be executed. He is ready to give up his title as a knight and a baron for this. However, Leon is just looking for a way to leave the academy and not worry about the problem of finding a suitable wife. Angelica's father accepts the deal but tells Leon that he wants his daughter to come to Leon's house for the holidays. He wants her to get away from all the shenanigans for a while. Soon afterward, Olivia, Angelica, and Leon travel back to Leon's home. Leon shows them the island he is developing and takes them to the hot spring he made. Angelica and Olivia have a wonderful time inside the hot spring, asking each other if they have feelings for Leon, but both deny it. They both agree that Leon is out of their reach. After the bath, Leon tells Angelica that the best revenge she can get is to make herself happy. She should forget about getting back at the prince because of what happened, move on, and make sure her own happiness comes first. Later, Marie almost goes crazy when she learns that Julius and all of his friends have been disinherited. Julius is no longer the crown prince, and his friends have also lost their statuses. She can't believe that all of the luxurious life she is living is about to end. Julius and his friends think about going into adventuring to make their own money and assure Marie that they will always protect her. Marie doesn't care about all of that. She just wants money. Shortly afterward, Leon and his father are informed that the higher-ups have decided not to punish Leon or his family. Leon's rank has even been promoted, and he will also return to the academy. All of this is bad news for Leon because he just did everything he did to lose his title and leave the academy. Now he has no choice but to go back. On the other hand, Julius and his friends are training hard to defeat Leon. It is the school's festival. Leon has acquired a space that they will use as a cafe for the festival. Olivia and Angelica will be working as maids inside the cafe. They are both dressed in maid outfits, and even Leon is blown away by their appearance. Later on, Jenna comes to the cafe to ask for Leon's help concerning a boy. Apparently, she and another girl are trying to win a boy's heart, and she needs Leon's help. Leon refuses, and his sister leaves angrily. Just then, Leon discovers that Julius is opening a cafe next door and Marie is in charge. Julius and his friends will be the waiters. Leon and his friends enter the cafe to find out that they are charging exorbitant prices. This will not be an issue for them because the people will still want to come there just to be served by the prince. Julius is hell-bent on defeating Leon this time around. Olivia is out promoting the cafe when a girl, Carla, approaches her. She seems to be a nice girl because she didn't trash-talk Olivia like the rest of the noble girls that have passed the area. Up next, Angelica is informed that she is needed at the committee's headquarters. She gets there to find out that Julius's mother, Queen Mylene, is around. She has come to the school to enjoy the festival. More so, she has come to see Leon. However, Her presence in the school is somewhat discreet because she does not want people to know that she is around. She apologizes to Angelica for what Julius did to her. Later on, a noble girl named Stephanie enters Leon's cafe. She demands that she be served tea. Mylene and Angelica are also on their way to the cafe. They get there to find out that Stephanie is maltreating Leon like he is her dog. She puts her leg on his head and tells him to serve her good tea. Angelica quickly steps in and pushes Stephanie away from Leon. This doesn't stop Stephanie from trash-talking everyone inside the cafe. Mylene tries to caution her, but she insults Mylene too. Leon knows that Mylene is the queen, and he sees this as the perfect opportunity to deal with Stephanie and her servants. He tells Stephanie that the person she just insulted is the queen, therefore giving him cause to deal with her. He starts beating up Stephanie's servants. Angelica realizes that things are out of control already, and there is only one person that can help them now. She quickly calls on their teacher, who is also Leon's master, for help. Leon is always obedient to his master and abides by everything he says. Leon's master gets there and is able to get Leon under control again. Leon resembles a cute puppy when his master is talking to him. After this, Mylene tells Leon why she is there. She is there to scold Leon because of the way he behaved during the duel. He was very awful to the prince, and Leon accepts that's just who he is. He likes seeing nobles in pain and will not pass an opportunity to make them feel awful. Once they are done with their discussion, Leon starts to woo the queen. He wants the queen to be his wife even though she's married with kids. Julius is the queen's saving grace. When he enters the room, he punches Leon into a bucket and takes his mother away. Mylene visits Julius's cafe and demands that Marie be brought to her presence. She sees her as greedy, charging high amounts for low-quality tea. Later, Carla comes to see Leon. She tells Leon that she needs his help in saving her family, the Wayne family. Leon decides that he will help Carla after they are done with the school's festivals. It is time for the bike race. The favorite for this year's bike race is Dan. However, people have their eyes on Jilk also. Meanwhile, Leon is just sitting in a corner, betting on the race. He can't wait to win plenty of money from the race. Marie, on the other hand, is also waiting for Jilk to win the race because of the prize money. It begins, and everything continues to go in Leon's favor. All the people he has gambled on have paid off. Jilk is the favorite to win the current race, but some racers start to target him. They keep hitting him so he can fall off his bike. Angelica says the racers targeting Jilk are Clarice's followers. With everything they throw at him, Jilk manages to win the race, but is wounded and might not be able to participate in the finals. They need to find a substitute for the first-year students. Clarice comes to see Jilk in his room and makes fun of him. It turns out that Clarice is Jilk's ex-fiancée. She tells Jilk that she will keep coming for him because of what he did to her. While they are trying to get a substitute for Jilk, Leon suggests that they pick him as the substitute. Leon agrees to enter the race on behalf of Jilk, which means Jilk now has a huge debt to pay. Leon makes his way to the garage where the bikes are kept and runs into Dan. Dan promises to win the race because of Clarice. He reveals that Jilk broke Clarice's heart when he broke off their engagement because of Marie. He didn't even give a formal apology, just sent a letter that the engagement was over. Clarice has always been there for Jilk, and he just treated her like she is nothing. This is the reason Dan and other followers of Clarice have decided to deal with Jilk. Dan has no beef with Leon, but will have to crush him because of Clarice. Leon offers a peaceful approach because they both hate Jilk, but Dan refuses. After Dan's departure, Luxion informs Leon that he has finished modifying his bike, and it is now fully functional for the race. Leon has bet a lot of money on himself and can't wait to see his enemies' faces when he wins the race. It begins, and everyone starts to target Leon. He manages to dodge all of their attacks and gives them a head start. Meanwhile, Stephanie has gone to see Angelica and mocks her for associating herself with Olivia. Olivia is a commoner, and she reminds Angelica that she once said that commoners are nothing. Olivia hears this and runs away in tears. Angelica gets angry and hits Stephanie. It turns into a girls' fight between the two until people come to separate them. Back on the racetrack, Leon decides that it is time to show his opponents who is the boss. He activates his bike's boost, and he goes past all of the racers including Dan. Leon wins the race, to everyone's disappointment. Again, he He is still celebrating his win when the bike explodes because Leon took it to its limits. He's about to fall to his death when Dan arrives and catches him. After the race, Leon tells Jilk what he wants as payment. He wants Jilk to formally apologize to Clarice. Jilk finds Clarice in her chambers, and he tenders an emotional apology. Jilk reveals that he is in love with Marie. Clarice is heartbroken, and she decides not to associate herself with Jilk any longer. Later on, Clarice thanks Leon for his help. Clarice says Leon has a twisted personality, but he is a kind person nonetheless. She then tells Leon about what happened between Angelica and Olivia. Leon finds Olivia where she is sulking. He manages to convince her that Angelica is her friend and she should find a way to talk to her. Later on, Olivia is in her room thinking of how she will approach Angelica. She hears a knock on her door, and when she opens it turns out to be Carla. Carla enters the room, and Stephanie follows immediately. Olivia is shocked to see the duo in her room. Stephanie says she wants to send Olivia to Leon and Angelica. She sees Olivia as their pet. The duo are nobles, and the only reason they will have her around them is to keep her as a pet. They can't seriously be considering her as their equal. Olivia tries to defend Angelica and Leon, but Stephanie grabs her and twists her ear. Stephanie continues with her hurtful words and says Leon is probably after her body. In the next scene, Leon tells Luxion that Carla has hired him to help take care of the sky pirates disturbing their lands. Leon is interested in the mission because there is an item that Olivia will later need to become a saint. There are 3 items to awaken her powers. One is the holy bracelet hidden in the palace dungeon. There is the holy necklace in the possession of the sky pirates. The third one is the holy staff watched over by the kingdom's temple. However, Leon is aware that Stephanie is behind Carla's request. He knows that Stephanie is an irredeemable evil person. Soon afterward, Leon gets his ship ready. He names the ship partner, and Luxion is responsible for building the ship. The ship is massive, and its military capabilities are top-notch. Olivia and Carla meet him at the ship. Leon knows something is wrong with Olivia, but he thinks she has not resolved her issue with Angelica. Just then Brad and Greg arrive. The duo has also been hired by Stephanie to accompany Carla and help her out. Leon has no choice but to accept the duo, but he is very angry that he is letting the duo onto his ship. Back in the academy, Angelica gets to Olivia's room to find out that Stephanie has messed with her. She shows Stephanie her evil side and promises to end her if anything happens to Olivia. She decides to follow the ship in case of anything. Julius also wants to go on the mission, but his mother doesn't allow it. On the ship, Greg and Brad play a game of cards, and Leon wins every single round. He is obviously cheating because Luxion has designed the cards to change to whatever Leon wants. Moments later, 2 sky pirate ships approach the partner. The pirates are very confident that they will capture Leon's ship. Leon arms himself with his armor to face off with the pirates' armor. They start laughing at Leon because his armor's model is old. They soon find out that they have made a mistake when Leon comes at them very hard and incapacitates them. He makes sure to knock all of them out. On the partner, the pirate captain realizes that the fight is not one that they can win and orders his ships to retreat. Leon doesn't give room for escape and fires missiles at the ships. They quickly raise a white flag before Leon finishes them off. Brad and Greg are surprised at how easily Leon defeats the pirates. Leon captures them and their ships, and he holds them as his prisoners. Carla is furious that her plans are getting foiled in her presence. It turns out that she has not even informed her father that there are some people coming over. She didn't envisage the fact that the pirates will fail against Leon. Soon afterward they arrive at Carla's home. They are surrounded by armed men who demand to know what their business is. Carla's father Conrad soon arrives. He tells his men to drop their weapons when he sees his daughter. He asks Leon what he came to do. Leon then reveals that Carla hired them to deal with the sky pirates disturbing their peace. Conrad is surprised by this. He says there are no pirates disturbing them. Carla starts stuttering and doesn't know what to say. She tries putting the blame on Olivia, but Leon shouts and tells her to stop lying. Carla falls to her knees and starts crying. Carla later confesses that Stephanie made her do it. Leon is worried because he hasn't retrieved the item that is in possession of the pirates. That night, Leon visits Olivia's room to try and talk to her. Olivia starts crying, and she asks Leon if he sees her as a pet. It seems Stephanie's words have gotten to Olivia. Leon is just dumbfounded and doesn't know what to say. Leon leaves after hearing everything Olivia just said. He doesn't know what to say, so he decides to spend some time on the ship's deck. He believes that he is hindering Olivia's growth as the protagonist because he is interfering in her day-to-day life. Just then Brad shows up on the deck also. He wants to practice his sword skills. He and his friends still have the mind to defeat Leon whenever they face each other again. Leon tells him that he is not ready to fight them again. Suddenly, a robot shows up and presents 2 practice sticks for the boys to fight with. With everything Brad is saying, he realizes that Brad is ready to do anything for Marie. The same thing applies to his friends also. Brad comes after Leon, but Leon defeats him again without stress. Brad is disappointed and leaves. Before leaving, he tells Leon that he will train and defeat him next time. On the other hand, Marie is being chased by a monster. She ventured into a dungeon to try and get the item before the protagonist. The monster ends up chasing her out of there. Julius and the rest of his friends are also thinking of a way to sneak out so that they can meet up with Greg and Brad. Their plan ends up failing because their request was submitted to the royal palace itself. I don't know how much more dumb these boys are. Mylene is even surprised when she sees the request, and she just declines it with joy in her heart. Back on the ship, Leon is still talking about locating the major force of the pirates when Luxion informs him that the pirates have surrounded the ship. It looks like they have decided to attack first. Greg and Brad beg Leon to lend them the pirate's armor that he acquired defeated earlier on. Olivia is in her room when the pirates start to attack. She is still thinking about how wrong she is with the way she spoke to Leon. She sees herself as a selfish person because all Leon has ever done is help her. Leon gets into his armor and goes after the pirates. Olivia is blocked by 2 robots when she wants to leave her room. She screams at the robots, and suddenly the robots malfunction temporarily. Olivia is able to get past them and make her way to the ship's deck. She gets to the deck, and she comes face to face with the pirate's boss. Greg and Brad arrive to help her, but the boss is too experienced and powerful for them. Leon catches wind that Olivia is in danger, and he starts to rush over. He hits the boss very hard and ferociously. He doesn't hold back when dealing with the boss. He breaks off the boss's armor. The boss starts begging for his life. Leon spots the item he has been looking for, and he quickly takes it into possession. Olivia then heals Brad because he is wounded from the battle. Brad reveals that Marie has healing powers too. The rest of the pirates surrender when they realize that their boss has been captured. Leon recognizes what Brad and Greg did for Olivia. Leon amassed lots of treasure and loot from the pirates. They are also expected to receive bounty rewards from the palace because they are responsible for the defeat of the pirates. After this, they are able to find documents that link the pirates to Stephanie's family, the Offreys. Leon also knows that Olivia doesn't hate him, but she is just mentally unstable. Shortly afterward, Luxion informs Leon that ships that belong to the Redgrave family are approaching. Leon realizes that Angelica must have pulled some strings because of them. Leon decides to leave the rest to the just arriving military people. Later on, Greg and Brad are shocked to find out that Leon has sent over their own share of the loot that they got from the pirates. They are reluctant to accept the reward because Leon did all the work. Leon has even made an appeal to their houses to return the boys' statuses and inheritance. Later on, Stephanie is apprehended by the royal palace and the Redgrave family. Leon is in his home when he receives letters of promotion. Apparently, Brad and Greg have put in good words for him, and he has been promoted again. Leon starts to scream because he is trying to stay under the shadows, but things keep happening that can't let him stay anonymous. Clarice's father has also sent him an air bike because he helped his daughter. He has also been recommended for another promotion. This one will take place when he graduates from the academy. All these seem like an inconvenience to Leon, and he screams out in frustration. Leon receives the air bike, and he names it Sword. Most of the noble girls in school are angry that Leon got promoted again. Every year, all the students go on a trip together. Leon has decided to visit the southern floating island. There are some items that he wants to acquire on the island. He hasn't talked to Angelica and Olivia either. The students board a luxurious ship for their journey. We see 2 girls lighting a firework and throwing it out of the window. It appears to be some kind of signal. They soon arrive at the island. Olivia decides to visit the shrine. She is surprised when she gets there to meet Leon. Angelica also meets the duo at the shrine. This is an awkward moment for the trio. The shrine attendant appears to inform them that the shrine is a marriage shrine. She tells the trio to pray before they start anything. Leon prays for a good wife. After this, the shrine attendant presents to them 3 charms. This is why Leon came to the island in the first place. The 3 charms are the luck charm, the elemental protection charm, and the battle charm. The trio will have to pick one at random. After they randomly pick the charm, Leon ends up with the battle charm. The charm is said to improve the abilities of the holder. The shrine attendant then urges the trio to pray for their friendship. Up next, Chris finds Leon chilling on the ship's deck. He asks Leon to fight him again. He heard that Leon fought Brad, and he wants to go at Leon. Suddenly, the alarm goes off. They look into the distance and see several monster ships converging on their location. The ship, it bears the crest of the principality of Thanos. Thanos was originally under the kingdom, but they declared independence and called themselves a nation. Now they overwhelmed the student's ship before they could do anything about it. Gertrude, the first princess of the principality of Thanos, presents herself through a hologram. It seems that Angelica knows her because they once met at a party when they were younger. The princess officially declares war on the whole Halford kingdom. Gertrude sends an envoy, Gallet, to the student's ship. The students are to surrender. They want the children of high-ranking nobles among them. They don't need the rest, and might as well kill them. As the Duke's daughter, Angelica surrenders herself and asks their captors to let the rest of the students go. Leon and Olivia try to stop Angelica from going, but they are punished by their captors. Later on, Gertrude meets Angelica. Angelica is surprised that Thanos will declare war on Halford. The kingdom is far greater and stronger than Thanos, but it seems the princess and her nation have something to rely on. Meanwhile, Olivia and Leon are thrown into a cell. Just then, Chris arrives and begs Leon to help the students out. They have received reports that hostages will be killed in the next hour. Leon says he will help only if the rest of the students are also happy. Leon and Chris gather the students in the lobby. Leon scolds them for not making a move when Angelica was taken. One student, Deirdre, tells Leon to watch his tone. Leon doesn't care and continues berating them. In the end, the students realize Leon was trying to motivate them. The students activate their powers to reveal that they rely solely on magic. Because of the way he spoke, Deirdre is already in love with Leon. They find the 2 students who signaled the enemy and throw them inside the prison. Leon prepares to leave on his newly acquired air bike. Olivia tells Leon to save Angelica, and he promises to do so. On the other hand, Gertrude is ready to show Angelica why Thanos has the guts to attack the kingdom. It turns out the princess has a magical flute that allows her to control the monsters. Leon gets on his air bike and starts dashing toward the mothership where the princess is holding Angelica. The students have mobilized themselves and are prepared to defend the ship while Leon tries to rescue Angelica. The princess sees Leon approaching and is not concerned, believing he will never make it. Olivia is healing the students injured in battle. Gallet orders their battleships to start firing missiles at the students' ship. The first attack is a direct hit, and another would be catastrophic. Olivia's urge and determination produce a magical sphere around the ship to nullify all attacks. Everyone is shocked at how powerful she is. Leon sees this from afar and is very proud. He comments on the fact that Olivia doesn't have the items to make her a saint yet and is already very powerful. Leon has nothing to worry about and charges head-on to the mothership. He goes through the monster's mouth, bursting his way into the ship. Gallet is shocked. Leon eliminates all guards around Angelica, knocks Gallet to the floor, takes the magic flute from the princess, and frees Angelica. Before leaving, Leon shaves off Gallet's mustache to make him madder. The princess is taken into custody and will be brought back to the student's ship as a hostage. Leon believes the enemy will halt attacks once they learn the princess is on board. They are surprised when Gallet orders other ships to concentrate fire on the student's ship, showing they don't care about the princess. The princess also directs monsters toward the ship. Leon gets back on his air bike and heads toward Gallet. Olivia looks spent, having used much magical power. Angelica finds her strength, creating a fire attack that destroys enemies in Leon's path. Angelica finds Olivia sitting, revealing she only ever wanted Leon and Angelica to acknowledge her and be real friends. Angelica assures her, drawing Olivia closer for a hug. Just then, an attack hits. throwing Angelica off the ship. She manages to hold on to the side, but regrets not telling those close to her how she feels. She loses her grip, about to fall, when Olivia catches her. There's no way for Olivia to get Angelica on board alone, so she catapults her onto the ship, falling herself. She starts falling to her death, but Leon arrives to save her. She is confident Leon will come, and he does. With tears, Olivia tells Leon how she feels, revealing she loves him and he's the only person she wants. Leon says nothing but calls her Livia, acknowledging her feelings and indicating his affection. The duo returns to the ship, and Angelica hugs her friend. Upon returning, the partner arrives with Leon's armor, and the ship fires missiles to destroy enemy battleships. Gallet is shocked by the turn of events. Leon gets into his armor, ready to deal with the enemy without mercy. The enemy has one ship left, which Gallet is on. Gallet is not ready to retreat, as they still have a secret card, Sir Vandal, the Black Knight. Leon fights the enemies fiercely and tells Luxion to evacuate students into the partner for safety. In the middle, Luxion informs him of the approaching Black Knight, a feared figure even among kingdom warriors. Angelica and others worry if Leon can defeat the strong foe. Their battle begins. Leon launches missiles at Vandal, but Vandal repels them and slashes Leon's armor, reducing it to 30% functionality. Luxion could eliminate Vandal with partner's weaponry, but Leon stops him, uninterested in killing Vandal. Luxion mocks Leon's morality, trying not to kill enemies. The battle continues, neither yielding. Leon opens himself for Vandal to strike his armor. Vandal believes he's won, shocked as arrogance continues, disabling Vandal's armor. Leon ejects, pointing a gun at Vandal's head. Arrogance is part of Luxion, difficult to destroy. Vandal can't believe he lost to a boy. Gallet is furious, deciding to kill everyone, firing a flare, unleashing monsters. Leon remains unfazed. Partner fires beams, eliminating monsters in one sweep. Vandal asks Leon to kill him. He refuses, preferring they beg for mercy and live in shame. Gallet is captured, and Leon takes Principality ships. Leon reveals he didn't show Luxion's potential, fearing nations view him as a threat. He prefers to keep Luxion in the shadows. Leon finds Angelica and Olivia sleeping, leaving quietly not to wake them. He tells Luxion he'll transfer battle credits to Chris, avoiding attention. Back at school, Angelica and Olivia learn what Leon did for Chris, returning his inheritance and status. Leon introduces Lux to Angelica and Olivia. The prince and friends challenge Leon to another duel with the same stakes. They've spent a lot on new armor, hoping to defeat arrogance. Leon realizes they're willing to do anything for Marie and decides to let them win to be with Marie. Greg is tasked with wearing the armor and facing Leon. The battle begins, and Luxion finds Greg's armor has issues, likely to explode. Greg won't listen, not believing Leon. Leon must choose to defeat Greg, staying the villain, or let the suit explode, risking Greg's life. He opts to save Greg, analyzing a way to destroy the suit without killing him, using an impact attack. People shout at Leon afterward, and he's surprised when he's dressed for the awards ceremony, receiving the title of Viscount. Marie acquires a saint item too, ruining Leon's plans to stay anonymous. After the ceremony, Leon encounters Olivia. He has avoided her, unsure what to say, but plans to tell her one day. As the season ends, Luxion notes Leon isn't so different from Marie, using past knowledge to navigate new lives.